Hi, today is one of my favorite days of the year. It's the day where we showcase all the improvements to Shopify that have shipped in the last 6 months and unveil new features and improvements that we're releasing today. At Shopify, everything we do is focused on helping us build the best possible product for the millions of merchants, developers, and buyers around the world who do business on top of the Shopify platform every day. We're a product-first company, and so today I'm going to show you the new features from this edition that I'm most excited about. There are more than 100, so there's a lot to choose from. Now, most of what I'm about to show you will be available to all merchants. Some are features that are exclusive to Shopify Plus, but there's a lot to get through, so let's dive in. Okay, first things first, and I'm going to nerd out on some details here because in all great software, like in all great design, the details really matter. So we've redesigned Shopify with a new uplifted visual design, and I love the way this looks. The fonts, the spacing, they've been tightened up to increase the density and help make the data more clear and the interactivity more obvious. So the buttons now have this satisfying thunk when you interact with them. But more than anything, we know that millions of you spend hours a day in Shopify, and frankly, we just want the software you use day in, day out to be something that's beautiful and something that's a pleasure to use. We really hope that you love this as much as we do. We've also improved Shopify's global search. So if I go in here and I hit Command K, search, and let's search for, maybe my friend Chris Barnes, who has recently placed an order, search results are appearing super quickly, and you'll now notice that we show different types of results with hit counts in the search. So if I know I'm looking for the order, I can click on the orders, and that order that I'm looking for, 1049, it's right there at the top. I can see that it's partially paid, unfulfilled. It's exactly what I'm looking for. The other thing you'll notice is that the homepage has been streamlined and brought down to a single column clear design with great vibrant analytics at the top. I can click through these and see the metrics that I care about. And the other thing that we know you spend a lot of time in is the bulk editor. So if I click over to products, I select all my products, go into bulk edit, that loaded super quickly. We improved the performance a lot here, even though there's hundreds, thousands of variants appearing here in this editor. And another little thing, you can resize the columns if that's what you need to do in order to see the data you're working on. Again, these super small quality of life improvements, but they all really add up when you're doing this kind of stuff all day long. All right, so because I want to play around with my store content today, and I want to do this in a test environment away from this real store, I'm going to make a copy of this store's data for this demo. Now, we know that managing staging environments through to production is such an important workflow for brands as they update their stores through the year and need a way to safely edit and review content before it goes live. So let me show you a new way of doing this. So we're going to click into settings, and I'm going to go and find my store, and I'm going to create a new store. And I'll make it a new development store because we're just testing. And this is a copy of my store with a bunch of tennis products in it. So we will call it Glenness. And let's scroll down, and here's where we see the new part. So what we'll see is that I can import data from another store. And I'm going to choose the Coates Court store, which is where the real data is. And then I'm allowed to choose, do I want to import the merchandising data, which is the products, the collections, the variants, so on and so forth. And we'll also choose the files. So we get the product images and the videos and so on. And just like that, I can click Create Store, and it is now making a new copy of the store. Now, what's happening under the hood here is that this is using a new SQLite layer for bulk data management. We're starting with using this new layer for copying data into new stores, but over time, this is going to become the foundation for making bulk data transfers from, to, and within Shopify stores much more scalable and reliable. So now this new copy has been made, and we're going to go and choose the Glen store. As you can see, this store is full of tennis products, but the one thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have any jackets, and I kind of wish there was some jackets in here. So I'm excited today to introduce Shopify Collective. Now with Collective, you can discover and curate new products from quality brands across the US and add their products to your store. These supplies will ship directly to your customers, so there's no stock to purchase or keep on hand, just additional sales on your site. So inside of Collective, I can browse products, and I can also browse suppliers. Now there's this great company, Alala, guys, check them out. And Alala stocks this thing called the Ace Jacket. That looks like exactly what I want for my store. And so super easy, I can just select a jacket, click import product, and now the Ace jacket is imported to my store alongside all my other products. Okay, we've got products, so let's see what new tools we have for merchandising. Now, in the last edition, we previewed early access for the Shopify Bundles app, and we got a lot of interest. We know that offering bundles is a great way to increase AOV and sell more. So our new Bundles app is in general availability for everyone today. Let's try it out. So I'm going to go launch the Bundles app, and let's just create a bundle. So let's create a starter kit for people beginning to play tennis. We'll select the products. What do you need to play tennis? Probably need a racket, tennis balls, and water bottles. Stay hydrated, kids. So we're going to select that, and there we go. That is our bundle right there. So for simple fixed bundles, this app is great. For more advanced things like mix and match bundles, you can use one of the updated bundles apps in the Shopify App Store. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that this bundle actually has 240 variants, which is more than our historical limit of 100. We know this is a limit some of you struggle with, and we're working on this right now. An increase to 250 is coming soon, and we're not stopping there. There are going to be more to come to support large, complex products. Another way to sell more and increase recurring revenue is by selling subscriptions. I make it easy for your customers to receive the products they love on an ongoing basis. All right, let's assume we want to sell like tennis ball subscriptions. So we're going to go in and we're going to launch the Shopify subscriptions app. And let's just go ahead and create a new subscription plan. So we're going to type in the title, tennis ball subscription, very creatively named. And then we're going to select the products. We're going to search for tennis balls. We'll select those, and delivery frequency 6, let's do 6 months, 20% off, and we'll click save. Now, we have to get this into the online store, so I'm going to go ahead, click install widget, go into the online store editor. The widget's right there on the page. Maybe let's just check what that looks like for the buyers. That looks great. Okay, so if you're looking to get started, try the Shopify subscriptions app today. If you have more complex subscription needs, choose from a great collection of subscription apps on the Shopify App Store. Okay, like all businesses, I want to sell way more and expand my reach. And a great way to do this is selling across marketplaces. Now, in the past, this meant I would need to manage multiple platforms, which just takes a lot of time. It's super annoying. So with the new Shopify Marketplace Connect app, I can easily link my Shopify catalog to the key marketplaces that I depend on, centralizing and syncing product details, orders, and inventory all in one place. Let me show you how easy this is. So let's go in and launch the Marketplace Connect app. And let's pretend I want to sell on, say, Walmart, right? So I'm going to connect a new marketplace, connect Walmart, and I'm just going to quickly copy and paste my Walmart credentials. Click connect. Now I'm connected to Walmart. Go through a couple steps here. I'm going to map things by SKU, use barcodes, and I want orders to be imported when they come in. Click finish. So now I'm connected to Walmart, and one of the main things people like to do when they're managing marketplaces is, of course, manage the listings. Now, if I was doing this for real, I would probably be managing these in bulk. But for today, let's just manage one of these things on Walmart. Let's do this bulk app. Now, often people will want to change the price or description of their products on the marketplace. So let's say that I want to increase the price of products on Walmart by, say, 10%, and let's round it off to the nearest 99 cents. At this point, all I have to do to get this live is click enabled, click save, and now this product is actually live right there on Walmart. Looks great. Okay, so I'm now selling on Walmart. And when I make a sale, orders are gonna be automatically imported. Inventory is gonna be updated across channels in real time, which means I can leverage my existing process right here in Shopify to manage and fulfill those orders. If you've been paying attention to the last couple editions, you'll have noticed that B2B has been getting better and better every time. This time is no different. With B2B on Shopify, you can easily manage selling B2B and D2C all from one platform. In this edition, you can now set up volume pricing on your products to offer bulk discounts to your wholesale customers. So if I click into catalogs, see all my wholesale catalogs here, just like before. Click into my gold catalog, let's manage the pricing. And let's set up some price breaks on this ball cap, right? So the minimum is 50. Let's set up a price break at 500 where we give a couple dollars off. And then we'll set up another at 5,000, knock another couple bucks off, right? All I do is click save. Now those price breaks are there. So another thing you may want to do is to create specific versions of your online store for your B2B versus your D2C customers. This has never been possible before. Let me show you how this works. So I'm going to go into the online store, customize my theme, and let's bring up the product page for the ball cap. So we're going to choose the ball cap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this context selector to choose B2B, which is going to make a B2B specific version of this product page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this new section to the bottom of this page, which is the quick order list, which is optimized for wholesale customers being able to quickly order multiple products all at the same time. I'm going to drag this up just below the main product section of the page. And then I think B2B customers probably don't need to see all this stuff. So I'm going to start turning off some of these things that really only make sense for the D2C customers. I'm going to turn off maybe the return policy and the shipping policy. That looks pretty great. That's a good page for my wholesale customers. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save that. And now on the online store, this is the old regular version of the ball cap, but I'm signed in right now as a wholesale customer. And if I hit refresh, I'm now seeing the B2B version of this page, which has been customized just to me. Now, the really cool thing about this is it's not just for B2B. You'll notice that when I was in the editor, I can make specific versions of this page, not just for B2B, but also for the different markets that I sell in internationally. This is really cool. It's something we're doing for the first time. So I just configured how to sell to my biggest wholesale customers, the businesses that I have the deepest relationships with. But all the way on the other side, what's so cool about Shopify is that it also helps me find net new customers who don't know about my brand at all. And a great way to do that is with Shop. Shop is your own mobile storefront in the Shop app. It's a fully customizable and a low-lift way for all merchants to capture engagement from a growing mobile audience without having to actually go and build your own app. We've made some major improvements that let shoppers know what your brand stands for with more expressive branding, including an image, slogan, or video header right on your store in the Shop app. Let me show you. So we're in the Shop app. I'm going to click on Customize. And let's go ahead and change the header image. I'm going to upload this video. Looks pretty slick. And why don't we also edit the slogan? So push your performance with our premium tennis attire. It's a lot of P's. Let's also get my collections in there. So I'm going to add my collection list. I'm going to select all three of them, click save. That's what I want. Great. Okay, click save. Okay, so let's look at what that actually looks like in the app. Okay, yeah, that looks great. That looks just like in the editor. Wow, that was super easy. Okay, so look, whether buyers are tracking packages or are shopping in the Shop app, customizing your store builds trust and drives engagement. Okay, now let's jump back into the admin. So we know that engaging customers in chat, particularly while they're actually shopping, is a huge driver of satisfaction and conversion. If you're not already using a chat app, Shopify Inbox is an easy and integrated tool to engage with customers in real time. Now, we've had Inbox for a little while, but what's new is that you can now use AI to help turn browsers into buyers based on the policies and chat history of your store. So first, you can help drive conversion with self-serve instant answers. Shopify Magic suggests instant answers to the most commonly asked questions personalized to your store. You approve the FAQ and customers will be able to select their question when they open your store's chat window. So let's set that up. So I'm going to go into Inbox, click on Chat Settings, and down here in the Instant Answers section, I've got a couple already set up. You You can see them over here in my chat widget. But I am going to take this suggestion here about shipping details. People are always asking about how does shipping work. I click in here. This is great. This is totally my shipping policy. So I am going to turn on that instant answer, click save. So now that's one of the instant answers that's going to appear to all my customers. The thing about instant answers though is that they're often not the final answer to the conversation. If my friend Ben were to show up to my store and actually ask me a question that was beyond that, then what I would see right here in Inbox is that Shopify Magic is actually generating an answer to his question. So all I have to do is review it. Yes, we do ship to Hawaii. That's totally the correct answer. I didn't have to type anything. I can just click send and we're done. That was so easy. All right, so this wouldn't be a demo without talking about checkout. Shopify's checkout is the best on the planet, and we now have the data to back it up. Research from a big 3 global consulting firm shows that Shopify's overall conversion rate outpaces the competition by up to 36% and by an average of 15%. Simply put, if you're not using our checkout, you're leaving money on the table. Do you want to make 15% more money? I feel like most people do. But what makes our checkout special? Let's dive into the checkout editor to see what's new. So to start things off, we're making checkout even better by streamlining everything into a streamlined one-page experience. We've seen a lot of excitement for this update, and we are continuing to roll this out over the coming weeks and months. Next up, checkout extensibility, which works seamlessly with our new one-page checkout and with ShopPay. Checkout extensibility allows you to extend your checkout through public or custom apps if you're on Plus. We've rolled out a slew of new APIs and extension points since the winter edition, and here are a few highlights. Now, for the purposes of this demo, we built a custom app. You can also build your own with all of these extensions, or you can find great apps in the App Store that extend the checkout. So we've now made it possible for apps to inject server-side validation logic to run in both the cart and the checkout. So, for example, let's jump into Settings, Checkout, Customize. And I can add an app block for address validation, and it can do a couple things here. So if I enter an address, an extension can actually suggest a more accurate address. It's suggesting that full 9-digit zip code, which is great. The other thing we can do here is let's say I want to prevent shipping to PO boxes, I can also have the extension do server-side validation where it's going to prevent me shipping to that PO box. Okay, so another example of an extension that we could use here is there is a local delivery date picker app. And what this app does is when your customers choose local delivery, it adds in a calendar widget where they can choose the date that they want their delivery to happen. Now, these are just a couple of examples of all the different use cases we're enabling through checkout extensibility, and we can't wait to see what you guys build with this. Okay, so let's move back into the online store editor, which is where I know a lot of you spend your time making your sites look great. And I want to show you some new features in our Shopify themes that will help bring your store a little bit more to life. So right here in the editor, I'm going to click into my theme settings and click on animations. And there's a couple of cool little things here. So you can have reveal sections on scroll, which gives me this nice effect when my sections kind of appear dynamically as I scroll down the page. And this other hover effect for 3D lift means that as I mouse over the elements on the page, I get this nice 3D shimmering effect, which just brings the site to life. It's really cool. The last little effect I want to show you is in sections where you have images, we have this new effect where you can basically create a parallax by setting fixed background position. So as I scroll through the page, I get this nice parallax effect, which again, great visual effect, makes your site a little bit more lively. Now, everything I've showed you today up until now is live and out there for all of you to use. Before we wrap up today, I want to give you a peek behind the curtain at a couple of new features that aren't ready yet, but are coming soon, and I'm excited for you guys to get a look at. So the first one is something we're calling flex sections. So down here in the editor, I'm going to click add a section, just like I always would. And in the section picker, I actually now see the sections a little preview before I actually click on them, which is really nice and helpful if I'm spending a lot of time trying out sections in my theme. Now, I've got the section on the page, and this is pretty good, but it's not exactly what I want. And so now with flex sections, I can actually customize this section with new blocks. So I'm going to click this plus button and say, I want another image here. And let's put a couple of actual images into these blocks. I'll pick the tennis balls on the bottom, and let's maybe pick the sewing kit for the top. Now, I kind of want this to be sized a little differently. And now I can just pick up this handle and drag it to be the size that I want. And I actually kind of want doubles of this section. So I'm just going to click this, hit duplicate. Now I've got two of them. But I kind of want this one to be on the right. So I'm just going to pick it up and drag it over to the right-hand side. I kind of want these to be the other way around. I'm going to drag that down, other way around. And I kind of want the symmetry here. So I'm going to pick this and I'm going to say, please align that to the right. And maybe let's get a little variation on this image. Pick a different sewing kit thing. Great, so I really like how these images are looking now. And let's just go in and put some copy in. So we'll call it crafted in the USA. And then let's get some marketing copy in here. I'm actually not very good at marketing copy. Let's get some from Shopify Magic. So copy about tennis gear made in the USA. Let's pick, I don't know, playful, generate. Okay, game, set, match, why not? Let's take that. And then last thing I want to fix up is these buttons. So these buttons are on top of each other. I'd rather they were actually side by side. Okay, I've got the section looking the way that I want. Now this is on desktop, and let's just quickly check it looks good on mobile. It's super nice. It's just kind of responsively laid itself out. That's awesome. And just like that, we are done. I'm going to click save. This is called Flex Sections, and we're looking forward to putting this in your hands really soon. As you likely saw, especially if you follow us on Twitter or Threads, Toby previewed a new era for commerce a couple weeks ago. Meet Sidekick, your new AI commerce assistant. Okay, let's ask Sidekick a couple things. Let's start with something easy. Okay, like what kind of discounts can I make? That's great. There's the 4 different types of discounts. That saved me a trip to the help docs. Let's try something a little harder. Give me test credit card numbers. I can try in checkout if I'm doing some development. That's great. There they are. The Visa, MasterCard, Amex test numbers. That's saved me a trip to the dev docs. All right, so this is giving me help. What if I wanted to actually do something for me? So let's create a discount on all tennis balls for 10% off through June 30. Wow, okay, so I click on that and there it is. It's set it up for me, just saved me all of that typing. Okay, so the stuff that I just asked Sidekick was simple-ish, but let's try one more thing. Let's ask Sidekick to do something a little more complex. I'm going to jump back into the online store editor, and let's try this. Make my theme look like summer. Now, honestly, I kind of suck as a designer, and it's not that easy for me to make good-looking websites. So normally I'd spin up an agency or a dev team to get something like this done, but let's see what Sidekick comes up with. Thinking. Wow, that actually looks pretty awesome. Wow, look, that honestly, normally that would have taken me days or weeks to get done, and we got something back in just a few seconds. Can't wait to see what you do with this once you're able to play with it yourselves. All right, so to wrap us up here today, why don't we ask Sidekick how to send us off? Write a short message to welcome all entrepreneurs to the Shopify Summer 23 editions. Welcome, entrepreneurs. We're thrilled to have you join us for the Summer 23 Editions. This is a fantastic opportunity to learn, grow, and take your business to new heights. Let's make the most of it together. I actually couldn't have said it better myself. The edition is live right now. Please go check it out, and thank you so much for listening.